Okay, the court is on the record in State of Ohio versus Juanita Grayley, case numbers 25 CRA 154 and 25 CRB 155. The court is also taking up City of Conneaut versus Juanita Violet Grayley, 25 TRD 62. Ms. Grayley pled not guilty to charges of aggravated possession of drugs, a 5th-degree felony, and attempted aggravated possession of drugs, a 1st-degree misdemeanor, and illegal use or possession of drug paraphernalia, a 2nd-degree misdemeanor, May 28th, 2025. In these cases, these CRB cases, and these cases are set for a preliminary hearing and pretrial conference today. On February 11th, 2025, Ms. Grayley pled not guilty to driving under suspension, a 4th-degree misdemeanor, and a turn signal violation, a minor misdemeanor. We conducted pretrial conferences on March 3rd, April 2nd, and May 28th, 2025. And this case is set for a final pretrial conference. Ms. Grayley is present. She's accompanied by her attorney, Mafid Syed. Also present is Law Director John Lewis.
Your Honor,
yes.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Did you say we're here for the driving under suspension case?
We are, yes.
Your Honor, I thought that was extended to a 4th and final pretrial 2 weeks ago. I was under the impression for her preliminary hearing and pretrial case.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think I told my staff to, that's scheduled for June 25th,
yes,
2025 at 1 p.m. And it's my mistake that I had my staff include it with these files, thinking that maybe that case could be resolved today. But if it's not ready to be resolved today, then we'll continue that until June 25th.
She still has some minimal amount of fines left to pay for reinstatement, but that case, from our side, it's not ready to be resolved just yet.
Okay, so we'll proceed with the CRB case, CRA and CRB cases.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis, I'm in receipt of a pretrial report.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The offer that's been extended to Ms. Grayley, the State of Ohio would dismiss case number 25 CRA 154 in exchange for a plea, guilty plea to the attempted aggravated possession of drugs in 25 CRB 155. With that plea, the State of Ohio would recommend probation, whatever fine the court would deem appropriate, along with court costs of the case. There was some discussion of renewal court, but Mr. Syed has advised me that Ms. Grayley is not interested in renewal court. But the offer remains the same as far as the attempted aggravated possession of drugs, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Syed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, that's correct. At this time, my client will take the state's offer on pleading guilty to the attempted aggravated possession of drugs. We're very grateful for the state in order that my client doesn't receive a felony charge. We just ask that the court accept the plea, and I ask to be heard on sentencing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Is it true about renewal court?
Yes, Your Honor. I've had extensive talks with my client. I know Ms. Allen's had talks with my client about renewal court. Your Honor, at this time, it's just not something that my client foresees. For outside circumstances, she does go to Signature Health. She's been at Signature Health since 2018. She's been doing counseling with Square One. She did complete a drug and alcohol assessment. She's going to join the IOP program at Signature Health. So she is doing stuff. I do understand she did take a drug test today. It wasn't great, by all means, by any means, honestly. So she does admit she does have an issue. She does have a problem. Like I said, there are some outside circumstances where she just can't participate in renewal court. Not that she doesn't see the benefit in it. Not that she doesn't think it's a waste of time by any means. just there's outside circumstances. Her mother's very ill. She has to move her mom tomorrow by 9 a.m. She's been taking care of her mother for the last 3 years. That has to do with one of the things as to why she can't participate in renewal court.
Okay, Ms. Grayley, it's my understanding today you wish to change your original not guilty plea and plead guilty to this one count of attempted aggravated possession of drugs, a first-degree misdemeanor, and illegal use or possession of drug paraphernalia, a second-degree misdemeanor. In exchange for those guilty pleas, the felony charge of aggravated possession of drugs would be dismissed at your cost. Is that what you would like to see happen today?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty to these charges that you are waiving your right to a trial, which includes your right to cross-examine witnesses and to confront evidence presented against you. You'd be waiving your right to testify or not to testify without any negative connotation. You'd be waiving your right to subpoena witnesses. You'd be waiving your right to a jury trial. You'd be waiving your right to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. All of those are trial rights you'd be waiving by pleading guilty to these charges today. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, sir.
You are represented by Mr. Syed. Have you had sufficient time to consult with him, and are you satisfied with his counsel?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or prescription medications that might affect your thinking?
No, sir.
And for the record, the court did require Ms. Grayley to undergo a urine drug screen. After much time of waiting, she did submit to that, and she tested positive on the urine drug screen for methamphetamines, amphetamines, and THC. Ms. Grayley, understanding that those are the test results today, are you understanding everything that's being discussed and everything that's happening today?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone made any promises to you about what your sentence will be in order to induce you to plead guilty to these charges today?
No, sir.
And again, are you thinking clearly and do you understand everything that's happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to provide to you and Mr. Sayed a written waiver of trial rights and right to a jury trial and acknowledgement of effective plea. If you find that document acceptable, you can sign and date at the bottom.
It's executed, Your Honor.
The court so finds that the written waiver has been executed by the defendant and her attorney in open court. The court does find the defendant's plea of guilty to the charge of attempted aggravated possession of drugs and illegal use or possession of drug paraphernalia. The first-degree misdemeanor and second-degree misdemeanor, respectively, are knowing, voluntary, and intelligent. The court will accept the guilty pleas to those charges, and I will therefore find her guilty of those offenses. Pursuant to the negotiated plea with the court, which the court does accept, I will dismiss at the defendant's costs the felony drug possession charge in 25 CRA 154. Mr. Syed, is there anything you or your client would like to say at this time in mitigation of sentence?
Yes, Your Honor, just real brief. I know Juanita pretty well. I've dealt with her in other matters, traffic offenses, of course. Traffic matters. All I ask at this time, Your Honor, is just she would just receive suspended time. And I would also ask for unreporting probation. And I know that's a big ask of the court. But, as indicated, we don't...
Your client just had a felony drug charge dismissed, and you're asking me for non-reporting probation.
Well, Your Honor, I was getting to that, but...
Go ahead, get to it.
Okay. As mentioned, I deal with Juanita on traffic offenses. Rarely gets in any trouble, and she is working with Signature Health since 2018.
It ain't working. She tested positive for meth today.
And I believe she also wants to speak on that as well, Your Honor.
She'll have a chance to speak. Go ahead.
Okay. So at this time, like I mentioned, the outside circumstances, the mom being very ill, she has to move her tomorrow at 9 a.m. She's in between She's waiting to hear back on Wendy's, and she has an interview with Millbrook Resorts Camping Resort. So she's trying. She is trying. She's still cleaning the houses. It's busier now since the summer's open. So this time, Your Honor, that's all I ask. I believe, Juanita would like to speak on her testing positive today.
I just want to say I take full responsibility for my bad decisions. I am seeking help. When I first started seeing someone at Signature Health in 2018, it was for mental health issues, not drug issues. That has happened over time for me. I've started going to meetings. I had never been to a meeting until this started here in your courts. I'm seeing my counselor more often than I was before. I just want all that to be taken into consideration.
What type of treatment are you receiving at Signature Health now?
Now I'm a dual diagnosis for mental and drug use, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lewis?
Thank you, Your Honor. The incident that gave rise to these charges occurred on January 30th. Ms. Grayley was pulled over for not using a turn signal. Officers immediately learned she had a suspended license and also that there were multiple warrants out for her arrest. She was placed under arrest on those warrants. Officers located a glass pipe in between the passenger seat and center console. They found a black and silver purse in the front passenger area. Searched this area, found a small bundle of white crystal substance that was taken into evidence. Also inside that same purse was a cash app debit card belonging to Ms. Grayley. Ms. Grayley did admit that the purse was hers. The white crystal substance was subsequently sent off to BCI, tested, came back as 0.15 grams of methamphetamine. She was cited a traffic citation for driving under suspension and for not using her turn signals. Thank you.
Thank you. With respect to illegal use or possession of drug paraphernalia, the M2, is that merged or is that not merged?
I think it would merge, Your Honor.
Okay, any objection, Mr.?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So I will proceed to sentence on the subcase A. Attempted aggravated possession of drugs. 180 days of jail are suspended. The defendant will be on supervised community control with this court for 3 years. She's to have no criminal offense for 3 years. $250 fine and costs. I'm ordering her, because I don't know it to be the case, I'm not going to take her word for it, to be frank with you, but I'm ordering that she submit to a comprehensive diagnostic assessment at Signature Health for substance abuse and mental health. If they feel like she's already been assessed, so be it. But I'm ordering it to happen within 15 days. She's ordered to comply with any recommended course of treatment and execute any necessary releases for our probation department to monitor. She's ordered not to purchase, possess, or consume any alcoholic beverage or drug of abuse or any pseudoephedrine product, or go into any bar or liquor establishment for a period of 3 years. I am going to impose a $100 fine and court costs on the illegal use or possession of drug paraphernalia case, but I will merge everything else with subcase A. On the subcase A charge, it will run consecutive to all other sentences, but will merge with subcase B. I will give the defendant until September 30th, 2025 to pay all fines and costs in full. I'm advising the defendant of her right to appeal, without cost, of her right to have counsel appointed on appeal without cost, of her right to have documents provided when necessary to file an appeal without costs and her right to have a notice of appeal timely filed on her behalf. Ms. Grayley, over the next 3 years, you're going to be on supervision with this court. If over the next 3 years you are found to have violated in any way the terms of your probation, you do face a few consequences. First, I could impose up to 180 days in jail. I could extend your probation from 3 years up to a maximum 5 years. And/or I could impose more restrictive community control sanctions, more restrictive than what I've already done. Or I could do any combination of those 3 things. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
I will, in 25 TRD 62, this case will proceed to final pretrial on June 25th. And I'm just making a note, this is the final pretrial. I'm not continuing it any further beyond June 25th. This is the second time it's been scheduled as a final pretrial. Anything further, Mr. Lewis?
Just the written dismissal, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Syed?
Not this time, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Syed, it's been a pleasure working with you.